Welcome back to Forward Drive Adventure Crew. My name is Voss, and on this trip we're exploring something different. We're out here in Lake County, just outside Mendocino National Forest, and we're on the Indian Valley Reservoir Lake. The lake itself is pretty dry. There's not much left of it. There's some water way down there, but we kind of want to go explore something different than snow, because snow's been bad lately and we had enough of it for now. And this trip we decided to change it up and go into a different area of our state. Out here, this area suffered major devastation from a wildfire about 4 years ago, so we won't see much green big trees. We're gonna see a lot of green bushes and green grass and a lot of burnt down forests. So stay tuned. We'll find some good spots to show you the views, and then we're gonna go and find a good nice campground to camp somewhere. So we're gonna get out there and have some fun. Crossed a little creek, and now we're going to go up the hill into Mendocino National Forest. We're basically leaving Lake County and Indian Valley Reservoir area, and we're going up the hill into Mendocino National Forest. Down here at the creek, we still have some green trees left that survived the wildfires, but anything around on the hills, everything's gone. No more big trees, no more redwoods up here. It's really weird to see this post-apocalyptic terrain. Well, we're inside Mendocino National Forest. roads out here is nothing crazy. They're just a bunch of fire roads and old forest roads, but the terrain is pretty dusty, and the trees are all gone. They're just standing, the old skeletons of the woods. But some trees have survived the wildfire. They're still green and beautiful. That is a nice sight to see. Well, a little bit of a overview. Really cool views up here. You get up high. We're about 3,500 feet up on the hills here, and some nice views from up here. This used to be a thick forest, nice and green, but the fire took care of it and made it white and black. Turned it into black and white. The bark is black and the wood is white. Hey, we found some snow at 4,200 feet. So far it looks awesome up here. Even though the forest burned down, but the views and terrain is still nice to travel. Never been in this part of the state before. Now I have. 4,400 feet. We got some fresh powder over here. About maybe 1.5 inches, but it's fresh and nice. I'll take that over dust any day. And the forest is semi-green, which means fire did not destroy everything in Mendocino National Forest. Well, we have arrived into Campground, where we want to spend the night, enjoy company of friends, and have fun. Well, we pulled into the campground. We're going to find the best camp spot we can find here and call it our home for tonight. We picked a camp spot, or campsite actually, and it's the closest one we can have to this lake. It's a beautiful spot, flat ground all around. All of our cars are parked on the provided parking spot, nice and level for all the rooftop tenters. And me and my boy, we're gonna probably settle right around here somewhere. I'm not sure yet, but we'll find a good spot to camp. Beautiful lake with a little bit of snow. Nice and beautiful. We're setting up camp, starting to cook lunch because it's about 2:30 right now, and we are all kind of hungry. We left Sacramento this morning about 10 a.m. and I think it's time for lunch. So we got some chicken to go, our favorite potatoes like usual. It's just the simplest thing we can make out and about to feed everybody. So some people like doing tacos and all that kinds of stuff, so we're not used to that kind of food all the time, so we'll go and eat it. But for camp, we cook, we know what we know basically, so that's about it. So we'll set up camp and show you everybody's sleeping arrangements in a minute. Katya in the kitchen like always, making salads. Katya's like, the only shot we have is you making salads. Do you ever make anything else?
Asparagus.
Asparagus, yes. And then we got some boiling potatoes, which is good. We got hot water going. The grill needs to be fired up so we can start prepping it for the chicken. Alex is keeping us warm by chopping some firewood for us. We got a nice big fire pit. And Tanya is back in town for her last time. So this black Jeep is going to Pacific Northwest, or actually Northern Idaho is where Tanya moved. And this is last trip of this black Jeep in our area with us, because they're taking them up north. My brother Sasha on a green Jeep that we've seen him in the previous few videos, he was in town for a couple events with our church and everything, and he had some fun on his Jeep. A couple nice snow trips we did, and he's actually packed up his Jeep and he flew out, and Tanya's husband's taking both XJs up north. So if you're in Spokane area and you watching our channel, well, two of my close family moved up there, and that's where they're gonna be now. So they're gonna have their Jeeps there this spring, and they're gonna start exploring. So if you know any trails up there, hit them up on social media. Let them know that there's some trails and show them around if you can. That would be awesome. But we're just doing a little send-off to my sister and her Jeep, so we're gonna camp here just basically for her, because everywhere else we would want it to go is going to be super cold in the teens, and up here it's supposed to be in the low 30s. So I would like to camp and not be bundled up in very heavy duty clothes and enjoy scenery and place we've never been before. So I like this area, it's awesome. And a little hike over here at the lake, and they have a pretty good spot for fishing. Too bad that I couldn't find my old fishing gear. When my kids were little, I used to go and do fishing, but with all this off-road stuff, I kind of forgot all about it and don't have any of my gear anymore. But here's the little bridge or dock where you can come and fish. And the water is just pure, clear. You can see everything here. That's crazy. Wanted to see if there was any fish swimming around here, but I don't see anything. I mean, it is spring. They should start being active soon. But we're camping straight over there. And this is like a little 200-foot walkway to get to this little place here. And the lake keeps going. The lake itself is pretty decent size. I actually like it. I have to explore more of Mendocino County up here. There's some hidden gems everywhere. Well, our lunch is ready. The chicken is nice and grilled. Potatoes ready. Asparagus is ready. Salad is ready. So let's go eat, people! Well, lunch was good. now it's time to lose that extra weight and go for a hike. There's a couple trails around the lake, and there's a spot on the map says view of Central Valley. So we're gonna hike up to that place and see what we actually see. Do we see valley or not? So kind of interesting. Before sun goes down and becomes dark and cold, we would like to go and hike a little bit. The paved trail ended real quick. It's about 200 feet of it, and then everything else is just footpath along the lake. And we're still looking to see if there's any fish in this lake. If there is, maybe next time I'll make sure to bring some fishing gear. Well, there's the whole lake, and we gotta keep going to a little spot. There's a ridge way up there that we need to go see. I guess there's that canyon and there's a view, but I don't see Central Valley from here. All I see is another ridge. So the lake, we're camping straight on the other side of that lake down below over there, which is not bad. Actually, the biggest benefit we have right now is there's zero wind. If it would be any windier, I think this cold would be really bad. So, well, we're gonna take a rest and hike back to camp, because hiking is good for you. Just don't overdo it. Well, apparently we found the view. It's just because it's cloudy and smoky or foggy, whatever it is, the Central Valley is right there. So Highway 5 runs right through that right there. So apparently I was looking in the wrong direction. That's looking west. So that's east, and south is somewhere that way. So, but it's pretty cool. If it would be a clear day, you could see the Sierra Nevadas right on that side right there. Wow, okay. Hiking is nice, but it's time to get back to camp and start setting up tent and everything to get ready for the night, because I hate setting up everything when it's dark outside, because every time we get to camp it's usually dark. This is the first time when we got to camp basically right around lunchtime, which is good. Gives us plenty of time to set up everything, enjoy everything, and relax. So, but tomorrow morning we're gonna have breakfast out here and start heading out towards the little town of Stonyford. It is not too far away from here. I believe it's within 15-16 miles. We'll try to see if we can get some less beaten path to get there, but all the roads out here are well traveled, because this area is really big on OHV and everything else. So a lot of traffic out here pretty much year round, and with all the fires destroying everything, it was kind of tough to get through some areas because of fallen trees and a bunch of debris everywhere. So, but we'll try to get a nice scenic route to get back to the highway and go home. Fun little development as we're setting up all of our tents and everything. The weather decided to throw a little curveball at us, and it's starting to snow. So looks like the night's gonna be very interesting. The lake is ready. You can see that used to be glass, now it's snowing. So now we gotta bust out some extra gear to actually be able to sit by the fire and not have snow falling on our heads. Let's get a canopy out. Good morning. It's almost 8 a.m. I already got up because the sun is shining and it's beautiful. Camp is super quiet. Everything's frozen because everything was below 0 Celsius, but I'm not sure on the temperature in Fahrenheit. Probably about 27, 29 at the most. I don't think it was any cooler than that. But we all slept with our central heating systems on, so it was nice and cozy. Pajamas and whole 9 yards. So girls are still sleeping upstairs with their central heating on, and I was splitting off over to my tent, and Alex has his own. And yeah, one of those little suckers can make you camp in comfort even in the coldest nights in the winter. So if you like outdoors but you want to have a cozy bed when you're camping, get one of those. They're really awesome. So the snow and rain did come through yesterday. It stopped around 10 p.m. when we saw the clear sky, and it looks like the clouds are rolling in slowly, but there's not supposed to be any other weather today. So we're just gonna start the breakfast soon and start packing up and start heading out. But it's pretty cool. We're on this side where it's all kind of green, but everywhere around us a fire did destroy a lot of forest here. So like that side completely gone, just the skeletons of the trees. But then up the hill a little more, there's still green trees up there. So I think this area is gonna recover eventually, and it'll be a beautiful place to be. Some say the best thing in the morning is coffee. I don't say that, but oh well. French press is the easiest way to make it. Quick, within a few minutes. Well, everybody got up. Alex is getting some wood ready for us. And breakfast is gonna start here in a minute. But the view is amazing up here. Lake, so calm. It's just great. Time to start packing all the gear. Well, we're all packed up. Campsite is all clean. Fire's all put out. Off we go towards Stony Fork. So let's see if we can find some interesting trails with some views or not. So let's have some fun. Stony Fork, 17 miles. We're back into the land of the dead trees. Found some less traveled road. It looks like it's traveled a lot by side-by-sides because it has a lots of whoops and fun little obstacles here and there. But it's pretty cool. Your steering wheel as straight as possible and just tap on the brake slowly. Tap, release, you'll be fine. As long as your wheels are straight, you'll be sliding straight down. That was a bit hairy in there for a second when the wheels started turning by themselves and the car sliding, so that's kind of not fun. That's not what you want to do. Well, that's a view. That's actually, we're looking towards where we're going. And Stonyford is somewhere over that way. I think that's the little town. There's a lake out there, and we can see all the way across the valley, across Highway 5 and everything. Wow, that's a view. That's a plenty of trails out here. That's Mendocino National Forest for you guys. Fun for everyone. Side by sides, dirt bikes, quads, jeeps, whatever you want. Plenty of camping. And awesome views like this so you can drive up to and see. Well, we got some good pictures of that view, which is great. Great for memory. So now we just gotta descend off this mountain and get down into the valley. Well, this whole area is beautiful, and we're back out to pavement and looking back at all the ridges we've been up there. It's beautiful. But it's time for us to inflate our tires and start heading towards home, because we had enough. We have enough on this trip. Beautiful camping, beautiful everything, so make sure to get out and explore, and just hit the like button if you want. Thanks. See you on the next adventure.